Hi, Professor. Good evening. How are you? First of all, thank you for taking the time to listen to my reflection. Today, I'll be sharing two powerful images that I have connected to different disability experiences. These images are more than just visuals, they represent real challenges, feelings, and systems that people with disabilities navigate every day. So, I have linked each one to the key course concepts that have deepened my understanding of inclusion and accessibility. So, let's move on to my first image. The first image is a traffic sign with many arrows pointing in different directions. At first glance, it looks confusing, and that's exactly why I chose it. So, it represents how people with disabilities, especially those with autism, often face complicated and unclear paths when trying to access support and education, healthcare, or daily life. So this image connects to the idea of intersectionality, how different parts of person's identity like culture, disability, or language overlap and shape their experience. For some with autism, these layers can create even more barriers. Second is it also relates to social location. So, where someone is positioned in society based on things like income background or community, that position affects how easily or fairly they can access help or opportunities. Lastly, it reflects societal barriers, which is the main thing whether the person has autism or any other disability. So, the system, attitudes, or physical environments that exclude rather than include. The image reminds me that for many people with autism, or like any other disability like paralysis or anything, the challenge is not just their disability by itself, it's the way the world is built around them. So the next picture, the second image is a cracked mirror. It made me reflect deeply on how society sometimes views people with disabilities like cerebral palsy, not as whole individuals but as broken or needing to be fixed. That cracked reflection can damage how someone sees themselves, even with their disability, is just one part of who they are. This also links to the medical model versus the social model. So, first, if I talk about the medical model, it focuses on trying to cure or fix the person from the disability. And if I talk about the social model, it totally shifts the focus. It tells us how the real issue is the world is not being built for everyone. That's a like very powerful shift in this perspective. So this image also speaks about the identity first language, using terms like disabled person instead of person with a disability when that's what the person prefers to hear about. It's about owning disability as a valid or visible identity, not something to be ashamed of. The cracked mirror reminds us that the problem is not the person, it's the way how society reflects them back, it's the way how society sees them, it's the way how society like let them feel about their disability. So here's a bit of conclusion I want to share. So both images help me think more deeply about what it means to live with a disability and how much society has to change in order to truly be inclusive. They have reminded me that language matters, system matters, but most of all, how we choose to see each other matters the most. So that's all for the presentation. Thank you so much, Professor, for the opportunity to reflect and connect these ideas in a meaningful way. And it was lovely doing this assignment. Take care. Bye bye. See you in the class.